Okay, Toastmasters, myself, Ali Asharanjum, and I I tried to be Mr. Bean, and here is my Addy. So so let's kick off this meeting. So today, today, it's our meeting number 885, and the word of the day is disguise, and the theme is, you all know. So without further delay, I would like to hand over the charge to the captain of the ship, the president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Usa. Go on. Over to you.
You called me a bit too early, Toastmaster. I was having my lunch. Let's do a little bit of introduction over here. Should we? You know, the last time I was written, you know who wrote me, right? Willie? William Shakespeare. I was written as one of the three sisters, the three weird sisters in Macbeth, the three witches. And you know what he thought? He thought he could get away. He would write me in a book, and then I would just disappear and live in a book. But no, I inspired people. I was the eldest witch. I inspired Macbeth to kill the king, and then I inspired a legion of witches. And here I inspired your president. Look, she thought of me when she had to do this masquerade thing. And now I have taken over her heart and mind. And today I will be conducting your table topics and probably inspiring you guys as well. So while you conduct your business section, um, oh yeah, Dityan Tara, please conduct your business session. And after that, we will take the guest introductions. Over
Okay,
to you.
thank you so much, whoever you are. And believe it or not, it may not look like that, but I'm also in a disguise. You'll find out shortly. But uh, as far as business is concerned, uh, last week our meeting took place as usual. There were five speakers. The best speaker was won by Toastmaster Adiyesha Ranjum. Critics' Choice was won by Toastmaster Kareem Meghani. Best Table Topics was won by our guest, Lane Gray. Best Evaluator by Toastmaster Babar. Best Big Four by Toastmaster Ali Ranjum once again. And Critics' Choice Best Facilitator Toastmaster Hibara Ishan. The meeting had a healthy 18 participants, and there were six table topics. There were two guests. Um, and during the intervening week, the XCOM did not take any decisions that are worth putting forth before the club, except for the fact that for now, as we are monitoring the situation week by week, and there have been questions from the members too, for now at least, we plan to be completely virtual for the uh, till situation improves a bit. I believe most of us have someone in the family or know someone who has been an affectee or even worse of COVID-19. So we are not taking any chances right now. But again, let me once again stress that we are monitoring the situation week by week, and we will take a decision as soon as it is feasible. With that, I'll hand over the charge back to the strange being that has taken over our president.
Thank you so much, Dityan Tara. Now let's take the introduction of the guests like it's always done. So there is Toastmaster Raki. Toastmaster Raki, would you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, hi, this is Raki. I am joining from India. I am part of Smart City Toastmasters, District 121. Sorry, I cannot on my video right now because of bandwidth issue.
Is the Zoom started my end? ATM Salam?
Please go ahead, Toastmaster Aki.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I just got the invite from your club VPPR, and that's how I joined here. Yeah, happy to be here.
We are happy to host you, and there is another guest, Sadia. Guest Sadia. So, guest Sadia, would you speak to us?
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Sadia Mukhtar and this is my first ever meeting of Toastmasters. I'm a finance professional. I'm from Karachi and currently these days I'm working from home due to COVID cases in my family. So this is the first time I have ever joined a Toastmasters meeting.
All right. So
I have no idea about anything.
No worries, no worries. So before you just run away from the meeting, let me introduce the theme for today. It's Masquerade, and everyone's dressed up as someone or something. So myself included. So we are just playing things out, and welcome to the meeting. And we hope that that the cases that you mentioned in your family, they get resolved soon for the better. So do we have any other guest? I don't see any other guests. So moving on, let's introduce our Toastmaster of the evening. We know him as the VPPR and the guy we run to if we need posters designed. Let's welcome with a round of virtual applause the Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Saab.
Fellow souls, I hope you're doing really well while you still can, because that comes to us all. Like it did with me after 20 years of being in the WWE for so long, but my time came last week. So enjoy this meeting and enjoy the time you have left, because time always halts all of your proceedings. So this theme is basically Masquerade, if I'm pronouncing it right. And I thought, why not give a tribute to a legend of the WWE, even though it's all fake. I know that, and I know you all know that, but you still need to appreciate an artist. So this meeting is basically comprising of 3 main segments before you all start off your miserable lives, going back to your house and doing nothing and waiting to die. So this meeting Meeting's first segment will be the prepared speeches segment, where the speakers will be at the mercy of the evaluators. And you need to make sure that you satisfy the evaluators, or else they will bury you in the depths of hell. And after that will be the table topic session, where our William Shakespeare will mind boggle you and capture your minds and your lives like it never existed, and make you forget who you are. And you will be thinking, why did I join this meeting? And after that, the evaluators will make sure that you all wish that that you all had died, because their evaluation will totally make you crumble in pain and suffering. So before moving on to the prepared speeches, I would like to call upon my minions for this meeting, who will basically lift my soul and lift each and every one of your souls, and make sure that your transition to hell will not be as painful as you would imagine. So first of all, the person who will taunt each and every one of you and stop each and every one of you in order whenever you will make a mistake, and that person will actually remind you all that what errors you made. So first of all, the grammarian of the meeting, Toastmaster Shamam Khan, over to you.
Thank you, unknown Toastmaster of the evening. As a grammarian, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as a grammarian role today, I will be keeping my ears open for good uses of English as well as for not so good uses. The whole purpose here is not to be uh, disguised as your grammar teacher back from schools and college days. The purpose is here is to practice some specific words and encourage and commend good use of English. When prompted by Toastmaster of the evening, I will be presenting my report. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Well, that was a nice introduction by you, Toastmaster Shamam. And next we have the man who will make sure that if you manage to go over time, your life will be miserable. So I would like to call upon the human being who is with us in the meeting, DTM Talabin Ahmed. So over to you.
Thank you, Undertaker. Time. Time is what makes us live, and time is what makes us die. We breathe because there's time, and we stop breathing because there's time. So today, I will be telling each and every one of you about your time in this meeting, whether it's prepared speeches or table topics or evaluations. And I will be using this strange device. So, for example, if a speech is 5 to 7 minutes, the green light will come on at 5 minutes, the yellow at 6 minutes, the red at 7 minutes. For table topics is 1 minute, 1 minute 30 seconds, and 2 minutes. And for evaluations is 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 2.5, and 3. And if you exceed any of that quota by 30 seconds, a portal to hell will open and you will disappear down it. And That will be a side consequence. The main consequence will be that you will not be eligible to be voted upon for best speaker or best evaluator or best civil topics. So please be careful about your timing, especially today, because if you exceed your time, who knows what may happen. Over to you.
Well, that was an excellent elaboration of the consequences that will be faced by the speakers. So next we have the R counter who will note down and grab you by by your necks whenever you will utter a filler word. So don't do that. So the R counter is all the way from Kuwait, Toastmaster Latif, or apologies, the unknown shadow in the meeting. Over to you.
Thank you, Undertaker. This is my own character, the tall tale, the unknown shadow. Now, in this meeting, my role as an accounter is to note down the crunch words, the filler words, or the and most of the words like, for example, and, but, so, you know, and I will give my report at the end. But make sure to use it less, otherwise I will be on the sword. Thank you. Bye-bye. Over to you.
Thank you for being here, Unknown Shadow, for that ruthless elaboration. So now for the word that matters, because the word always matters. One word which everyone need to have on your mind, and the word will be introduced by Toastmaster Shamam Khan.
Thank you once again, Toastmaster of the evening. The theme is masquerading. And if I want to relate it with my word of the day today, that should be I am masquerading as a perfectly healthy woman now. And I'm disguised I've disguised my sickness by putting a dark colored lipstick. So the word of the day is disguised. And this means, let me tell you, this means that it can be anything which conceals or changes a person's physical appearance. The word is disguise. This can be, if you're wearing something to conceal your physical appearance, like many of you have done already, that will be a disguise. So let's see how many of you are going to use it in your speeches or wherever you are about to speak in today's club meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening. The word of the day is disguise.
Thank you for that elaboration. Next, we have the listener who will be listening each and every word you say. So choose your words wisely. Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir, take it away.
Hello, Mr. Undertaker, and hello, Toastmasters. Today I'm trying to become a Hello Kitty, and my role today is of the listener. So, what I'll be doing is I'll be carefully listening to all the speeches, and I'll be jotting down the sentences which has been said by the speakers. So at the end of the meeting, I'll be telling those sentences, and all the Toastmasters present in the meeting have to guess as to who has said that. Over to you, Mr. Undertaker.
Much appreciated, Toastmaster Ghulam Qadir. So next is the word counter, and my brother was actually supposed to take this role, Kane, but apparently he's stuck in hell still. So I will, as the kind brother that I am, will take this role on behalf of him. So my role will be to know who is the best among the lot, because at the end, even though life ends because it's only limited, but 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 you know who's the best. So after each segment of the meeting, you'll be given a poll, and in that poll you will get to vote for the best speaker, not your favorite speaker. So please be mindful of that. After prepared speeches, table topics, evaluation session, and also after the big four. So that was my role, and now to move on to the to the bit of the to the bit of the dose of laughter you will get, because that's very much rare. So over to you, Toastmaster Heba Rais, the joke master of the day.
Is my voice audible? Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as per the traditions, there were a few jokes that I came across. The first one is, what do you call a sleepwalking nun? What do you call a sleepwalking nun? A Roman Catholic. क्या हुआ मम्मी? अच्छा, what do you do with a sick boat? Take it to the dock already. And then there's another one. What did the science book have to say to the maths book? Dude, you've got a lot of problems. And then I waited all night to see where the sun would rise. And then, I waited all night to see where the sun would rise from. And then it dawned upon me. The last one, what did the bald man explain when he received, what did the bald man have to say when he received a comb for a present? Thanks, I'll never part with it. Okay, thank you.
Much appreciated, Toastmaster Heba. So before moving on to our prepared speeches segment, I see a guest who has just popped into our meeting. Toastmaster or guest Vidya Ranjit. So please can you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Toastmaster. I'm from India, in Kochi, and I'm from Smart City Toastmasters Club.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vidya. So I suppose you know the theme of the meeting today. Okay, we'll
No,
just.
I'm not sure. Can you tell me?
yeah, it's it's all about about this about this about this it is about this guising ourselves self into into characters. So all of us are just acting. This 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 isn't the common Toastmasters and the common Toastmaster meeting. Okay. Okay, we'll just move on to the prepared speeches session. So the first prepared speaker is our unknown shadow from the depths of hell, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, and he will be evaluated by another exceptional personality who is Toastmaster Amir Bilal. Toastmaster Amir, please introduce the role, introduce the objectives of of the speech.
Thank you, Team Saad. I hope I'm audible enough. And excuse me for the distortion at my back. So these are the perks of being at office and joining your loved Toastmaster. Toastmaster Latif Mansoor is a very dear friend to me, and he is disguised today and looks a little frightening. But I say him amidst the surprise, the way he's been delivering his project, the way he's been conquering the world and being a better speaker with the passage of time. So he'll be delivering his elective speech from level 3. I lived 2020, and the purpose statement for this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance his speech. So level 3, I lived 2020, PM Latif Mansoor Ali.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Fellow Toastmasters and guests. Hundreds of people gathered for a mission. They all had a resolution. Musics were played and everybody was singing like a unison. We all gathered to welcome 2020. And this is also, I welcome 2020. Aura of celebrations, all were gathered and everybody was greeting one another unreservedly. But with everybody having their resolutions, I flew back to Kuwait, completing my resolutions for 2020. In January, I decided that I will start my 4 initial goals. And look what I did by the end of January. I managed to achieve 1. February was nothing other than unwary. I went off track. But then, rise or rain, I will shine I will triumph. But then, what did I achieve in February? None. Like every window of opportunities, I was strong enough to achieve my goals. Marching into March, everything went on hold. The shops, the cinema, the playgrounds, the restaurants were empty. The high five, the smile, the laugh, nothing was on the street. People, new places to be were their balconies. And during those time only, I realized who are my neighbors. It felt that things will go on for some time. But April stumbled. All the media were talking about COVID-19. But then I was also with so much of encouragement and energy towards my family, towards my responsibilities, went a little low. I tried to motivate myself, but didn't help. Everything was fading because I was just boxed into this house of myself. Salaries cut down, no gatherings. Everybody was blind under the mask. This lockdown was not for me. Loneliness in May, I made of my way. I tried to look positiveness. I found out my own worth. And then I decided that I have to build a better me. And trust me, I went to each and every opportunities which has come towards my mind. I put everything on my drawing board. June was opportune with me because I registered myself in Karachi Toastmasters Club. I met so many friends just in this 15-inch screen. Now those are my friends as if I know them from my childhood. Where I had nothing in me, where there was no way out, I had everybody just right in front of me. COVID-19 has taught me many things. Somehow I thought that I should name this Corona as Miss Corona. And I was deeply in love with her. Just because Corona taught us, grow while you go through. Here is again a December, 29 days to go. We all will celebrate this new year. But I tell you, what all we have lived, what all we have had problems with us, let's all keep this as a lesson and bring it to the 2021. I'm sure everyone will be celebrating. But then there is some resolutions left behind. I have considered many opportunities thinking that I might be strong enough at this stage. But then there is a rule. You don't have to figure out everything at the start. Every step you can learn, you can figure out. With this, I wish each and every one of you a successful 2021. Over to you.
Thank you very much. For a moment, I forgot I was the Toastmaster of the day. So moving on, wow. Do we have the ultimate master of Karachi Toastmaster Imran Rana with us? You are muted, DTM Tala.
He's a little under the weather, so he won't be delivering his project today, but he will be a silent spectator.
Fair enough. So let's just let's just move on to the next speaker, and I will just escape. I'll just escape myself because the because the perks of being a Toastmaster master master of the evening. So next I would like to call upon Toastmaster Amir Bilal. Toastmaster Amir, are you with us?
Hi, Toastmaster Saad. I was supposed to be at home by now, but I'm not. So I'll be managing this project from office. But I would request you to please keep me at last so that I can make all the arrangements.
Okay, we'll just come back to you afterwards. So next we have Mr. Bean, Toastmaster Ali Asharanjum.
Yes, Bean's here.
Are you with us, Mr.
Yes.
Rowan Eckerson? So you will be evaluated by a kitty. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Are you with us? Oh, you're there, kitty. please explain the objective of Mr. Bean's project.
I'm audible?
Absolutely.
Okay. Toastmaster Ali Ashar will be presenting a project from the Pathway Dynamic Leadership, Level 5. The project is Lead in Any Situation. The time duration of this project is 8 to 10 minutes. The title of the speech is Dealers in Hope. The purpose statement of this project is the member to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer or other organization. I wish you good luck for this project, Mr. Ali Asharanjum. Over to you, Mr. Undertaker.
Hello, audience. It's Pete, and we try 30. It seems like I'm delivering my speech, and in this situation, I have to do this, adapting according to the situation. According to the Napoleon, the leaders are dealers in hope, because hope sustains the world. And what if the leader die in a war? The whole group of soldiers demotivated, and it's considered as a defeat. So leader is a hope for everyone, each and everyone. I am acting like Mr. Bean to make you all laugh. But might be it is just a disguise. Might be I am so sorrowful from my heart. I am in pain. But being a leader, I have to do this. My leadership journey starts in 2017 when I founded NEDDSA, Development Student Alliance. At that moment, being the very first batch of development studies in NED University, we don't know about our future. The batch of 30 students was just shattered. They don't know what they are going to do in their future because they lost their hope. And eventually, those dark clouds are reflecting on their grades. In our second semester, 19 out of 30 students got failed in economics. And that was a horrifying situation for all of us. At that moment, they all need a hope. So I take a step and founded Development Students Association. What was my objective? To integrate all the students so we can share, we can learn from each other and build a positive environment in the whole campus. And what we did, it was not as easy as a pie. It was a tedious task to do. It took us 1.5 years to get motivated again. And what we all achieved, that in our sixth semester, we all get great results. Moreover, we all were working on our communications, on several projects, and that builds a hope in each and everyone. And fortunately, I was chosen by the God to rise that hope. I was nothing at that moment, but I was a bit different and a bit more proactive. And I took that charge to build that hope in the all students of 30 students. At that moment, as I already told you, you in my previous speeches, that according to my theory of leadership style is a product of the crisis leader faced. And my crisis built me as in my crisis built me as an affiliative leader. My task was to motivate them. In my leadership, people always come first. In this people-centric approach, there is a drawback that sometimes I have to compromise my goal, and that delayed. And that's why it took more than a year to achieve those grades due to my dad leadership style, but that was important at that moment. But through that experience of around 2.5 years, I realized that okay, affiliative my leadership style is affiliative. My communication style is supportive, a bit of analytical, and 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 the but at that moment I realized that sometimes I have to adapt according to the situation. I have to be authoritative to all of them. I have to be more diplomatic to solve the solutions. My teammates, my peer always complained me that you don't share the whole plan with us. I always said to them, I believe that the too much knowledge sometimes ruin the project. So, so you should know your task. So I know you are doing well. And believe me, it's work actually. Because although uh, my this approach was perceived to uh, to be a bit more authoritative. But in the end, when they realize they graduated and get admission into the reputed universities in Germany, in UK, they said to me, "You was right, Ali. You uh, you realizes that we have something." So it's very important to adapt according to the situation. And leadership is a matter of being. We must have that persistence and the perseverance and the patience to uh, to bear that pain and keep smiling. My jacket is is my appearance. Although my shirt was not ironed, but being a leader, I have to keep smiling. I have to camouflage my unironed shirt because what because their hopes are associated with my leadership. So thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Rowan Ackerson, for that amazing speech. And now moving on, Toastmaster Amir Bilal, are you with us? If you aren't, then I can speak.
Yeah, I can, but again, I'm sorry for changing the order again and again. Do we have another speaker? If not, I can manage to be available in a minute.
Yeah, you can be after me then.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the ages. So now is the time when the Undertaker will be speaking to you live from the Madison Square Garden, New York. So his evaluator is a plain human being. DTM Talab bin Hamid, please explain my objectives.
Thank you so much. So Undertaker will be attempting his second project from his second pathway. And the second pathway happens to be engaging humor. And I can proudly take credit for that because, as far as I know, I was the first one in the district to actually pick up this path right after this was launched. To be honest, because this path seemed to be the only one worth pursuing at that point in time. And the project is Evaluation and Feedback One, and this is the most liberating project in all of Pathways because in this you can talk about any topic as long as it fulfills the basic requirements of a speech, and you need to exhibit some basic skills. For example, the speech structure, the transitions, the use of language, vocal variety, gestures, and so on and so forth. I am sure Toastmaster Saj Shoaib has read through all the projects and has memorized the 85 different criteria that he needs to fulfill in order to succeed in this project. So I won't bore you with the details. Instead, um, we will be taken to the good old days by Toastmaster Saj Shoaib. So Toastmaster Saj Shoaib, good old days, over to you.
Just wait a minute. Let me just set it up. Okay, am I audible? Okay, cool. Evolution is a mystery. Go change but no one see. God gave the full of history. Never knew what I know. It's time to play the game. Evolution. Batista. Undertaker. Triple H. John Cena. Fellow Toastmasters and all of my minions. I am a guy who's been a huge fan of WWE ever since 2005. Ever since then, I was an extreme fanatic of WWE. Even up till 2008, I I uh, I I I did not even believe that WWE was fake. That was my extent of that was my extent of of the of the passion I had for 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 WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment. Who will win? Who will lose? Blood, sweat, music, everything was totally mind blowing. What what actually what actually happened due to my my passion for WWE. Basically, what happened was I was constantly engaged in those events that that the words I learned were spine buster, pedigree, numerous others. There were there were a lot to actually tell you right now. But but what what happened was my dad actually was not very much keen of my interest in 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 WWE because he thought it was a total waste of time. But 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 what I gained out of that, good English English vocabulary at that at that at that young age, which I know I know I know being an introvert at at that point was a very uphill task. Even though people in the meeting aren't 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 quite aren't quite aren't quite fond of the difference between an introvert and an extrovert, but it is what it is. So so uh, so being an introvert, that actually 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 made me improve my 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 English a lot. That actually not at not at that point, but afterwards in my professional life actually played a big part because of my improved English whenever I went went for my interviews, and also when I when I was in my institute giving the the giving the presentations and everything. So 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 that was a lot helpful for me. At the end, my only advice to all of the parents parents in the meeting, and those who will who will eventually watch this, that 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 don't try to be too be too hard on the kid at a very young at a very young at a very young stage, because you you never know what might come in the what might come come as an advantage in the future. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, so the next speaker we have is Toastmaster Amir Bilal, who will be evaluated by who was your evaluator?
Hiba.
Sorry, I
Hiba.
don't.
Toastmaster Eva.
Okay, fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is TM Amir Bilal's Visionary Communication Evaluation and Feedback Level 1. Title is Break the Rope, and the duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And the objectives of the speech are two. The first one, the purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. And the second one, the purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Over to you, TM Amir.
Thank you very much, Hiba. Am I clearly audible? If you could please confirm if there's any kind of echo or the loud or voice is not clear, I think
it's your voice is a bit echoing. Like a few months ago, your voice, you once delivered the speech and you were in a room which was very loud, big, I remember, and your voice was echoing. So I can hear your voice properly.
Is this better now?
Yes, this is better.
Yes, be a little closer. I think it will be fixed.
Okay, so I'm starting.
Okay.
Madam President, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest, a gentleman was walking through an elephant camp, and he spotted that the elephants weren't being kept in the cages or held by the use of ropes or chains. All that was holding them back from escaping the camp was a small piece of rope tied to one of their legs. As one of the men as that man gazed upon the elephants, and he was completely confused as to why these elephants aren't trying to escape or go. And the only reason was he curiously went to one of the trainer and asked, "What is this? Why aren't these big sized animals, elephants, going away or escaping from the ropes?" The trainer replied, "When they are very young and much smaller in size, we use the same size rope to tie them, and at that age, it is enough to hold them. As they grow up, they are conditioned to believe that they cannot break this and go away. They believe that the rope can still hold them, so they never try to break free." Now, let me connect this story with my own life. I've been working in an organization for 10 years. It's a long journey. When I was just 18, I started working with the group. And when I'm just 28 years old, I'm still working with this group. Although I had multiple promotions, several increments, much better than the other companions, but still, I was working so hard on improving my communication, my leadership style, or things that would help me in future. But one thing where I was lacking, I wasn't trying to go or check myself and give interview in the other industries. Luckily, last week I got a call from the other company. "Hi, Amir speaking." "Yes, this is me from ETC industry, and we just checked your resume and we feel that you are a potential candidate for a position that we have vacant with us." I said, "What that position is all about?" They said, "We are hiring for executive of marketing." I said, "Okay, go on." He said, "Are you available if we would like to conduct an interview?" I said, "Yes, of course, I can make myself available, but I would require a day notice so that I can manage my routine." I went for an interview. I gave that interview. It was wonderful, a great experience. Only then, when I got an email that congratulations, you have been selected for this position, and we highly appreciate your presence and your joining in our organization. And would you believe the package that they offered me and the package that I expected? I expected I would be having 20% less than 6 figures. They said, "No, we are hiring you with the salary of 6 figures." And I was completely surprised. The reason I got to know is I did not try. I did not try to check the potential that I had. I did not try to check how much can I grow somewhere else rather being here with all the comfort that I have, with all the comfort that I enjoyed over the past 10 years. Just like that elephant, that was a kid tied with a rope with just a little strength. And that elephant could not escape or go away or break that chain. Similarly, it was difficult for me to break that comfort and go towards the other reason that I'm looking for. So I got a 6-figure salary. I'm a novice here. My current organization tried and said that we can do anything that you want to stay with us. And I said, "So sorry, I gotta go." And I gotta go for a reason that I am going to learn and explore things that I could not here. And I'm going to enjoy working on a new workplace. But in future, if you need me, I would welcome the opportunities. So in this case, or in everyone's case, our thoughts are tied to something which is like that rope. We just got to break that. We need to find those opportunities that are waiting for us. We need to explore the world the way we are meant to, and we need to experience life as we have been working hard. Life, things, and people and conditions, everything will turn in your favor, and you'll enjoy and have the life you're willing to. Back to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Much appreciated, Toastmaster Amir. That was very much insightful. So now we move on to our next speaker, who is Toastmaster. Okay, this is opening. Who is DTM, 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 DTM human being. He will be evaluated by Toastmaster Shamam Khan. So please, Toastmaster Shamam, introduce the objectives of the speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. DTM Talha is going to present his speech from the Pathways Team Collaboration. And the project is Reflect on Your Path. The speech length is of 10 to 12 minutes, and the speech title is Masquerade of Normalcy. Now, DTM Talha is at the verge of finishing his path. With this project, he will be finishing it. So in this project, he is going to reflect his growth during the completion of an entire path, and he will share some aspect of his growth that he experienced during the completion. So I'm sure it's a piece of a cake because you have already completed, I think, more than 4 or 5 paths, and you must have been reflecting on all those. But let's see how you entertain us in this project of yours. Over to you, DTM Talha. All the best.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shamam. And no thanks for raising the expectations. I'll try to meet them though. And for the record, I'll be timing myself so you can all see. And I hope you trust me enough. So, okay. So I'll now start. Team collaboration. There are only two more words that are more alien to me than team collaboration, and those are engaging humor. Imagine a chartered accountant selecting engaging humor as their first path. And I thought that would be challenging enough. But boy, I had no idea. See, I am a proud introvert. I like to work alone. And I do not subscribe to this worldview that only extroverts need to be celebrated. In fact, I believe that it is the introverts who actually do something. Pick any big name in history: spiritual leader, scientist, philosopher, thinker, writer, poet. All of them were introverts. They've succeeded because they were introverts. And when the time came to pick up a new path, I thought, why not challenge myself again? Back in December, I was attending a training, and our regional advisor told me that you need to create teams. And I told him, me? Teams? That is an alien concept to me. I mean, okay, I can create teams, I can put some names there. Who will be doing the work? Myself. And he told me that you don't need to do that. Your team will only work when you will not suddenly decide to do everything yourself. And so I decided to pick this path. This path also required me to work with teams and consequently act as a normal human being or a close approximation of one, the closest I could muster. Because trust me, that's even more difficult than me working in teams. But I decided to take up the challenge. I put on my best face. I pretended to be polite and understanding and a good listener and started on the path. So I'll share my screen now. And yes, there it is. I hope everybody can see me. Okay. So first came the icebreaker, and I will guiltily admit that I recycled one of my old icebreakers in a different language though. So I delivered my icebreaker at Husn Khitabat in Urdu, and the theme was as if I had died and people were talking about me on my funeral. And trust me, I loved it all over again. Not sure about the audience though. Then it was evaluation and feedback, and for the first time, I dug out a very deep and dark corner of my childhood, being bullied. And my argument was forgiveness is a virtue that should not be wasted on everyone. Too many times we just forgive and forget and make our own lives miserable. Not everybody is worth forgiving, and certainly not the bully that bullied me throughout my younger years. Then it was a price of researching and presenting, and it was a highly unpopular speech, but even then, it won the Best Speaker Award at a historic speakathon, a 2 day speakathon, because it was all against printed books. I proved that how printed books were a bane for the environment and why we should all switch to ebooks. Kind of like switching to, how do I put it? Oh, yeah, virtual meetings from in person meetings, right? So that's where the future is at. Then it was my leadership style. For the sixth time, I didn't know how to explain my leadership style all over again. So I just told everyone that the truth. And the truth is, I do first and think later. Sometimes too much time is spent planning, and I'm not the one to plan. I'm the one to straight jump into things. That's my leadership style. So sue me. Then there was a project of active listening. I conducted a table topics session at Husn Khatabat again and demonstrated my active listening skill by violating one of the basic tenets of a table topic session, and that was not to give any feedback after a table topic speech. In this project, I was required to give a feedback, and I did. And sometimes the feedback grew so long-winded that I forgot that I was supposed to call up the next speaker. Anyhow, thankfully, none of you were there. Then it was a project about mentoring, Toastmasters mentoring. And in this, I paid tribute to my mentor, long overdue. I don't know why it took me 4 pathways to get to Toastmaster Najm, because he was and is my mentor to this day. And what a mentor he is. Not to mention Toastmaster Imran, DTM Rashid, all of them have mentored me and to this day continue to mentor me. Then it's time for successful collaboration. Again, something that I had to, for that I had to go against the every fiber of my being, and that is to collaborate, to actually collaborate with someone. And of all people, I have to collaborate with the district leadership on the club officers training. But trust me, it turned out beautifully, and that was the story I presented at the Storytellers Club. And then connect with storytelling. I hope you remember the speech about me listening to the rantings of the cleaning lady in the morning and thinking that she had gone mad. Actually, that didn't turn out to be the case. If you want to if you want to find out what actually happened, you'll need to go to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to click like and subscribe and click the bell icon for all the alerts. Then it was using descriptive language, and it was kind of a what I think a philosophical take of various people's roles in life, which I delivered at Husn Khitabat. So some of us are roads on which everybody rides to their destination. Some of us are vehicles which everyone uses to ride to their destination, and some of us are actually the riders who get to go places, who get to reach destinations, while the road, which is majority of us, gets trampled anew with every passing vehicle. So That was something of a reflection on life. After that, there was level 4, motivate others, and I chose this project because it was compulsory. There was no choosing involved. But uh, I chose to elaborate upon how I collaborated with KTC's XCOM to place our club in the top 5 of the entire world in terms of education awards. And trust me, no club from the Middle East, no club from Asia, no club from India actually breaks the top 5, and we do. So, a really, really proud moment for the entire XCOM and everyone who is doing projects in this club. Then it was manage online meetings, and since I do arrange a couple of trainings every month as program quality directors, so this one was quite easy to do, to be honest. I just arranged one of the meetings and asked someone to evaluate me. Then it was lead in any situation, and I delivered the speech at Dow IBHM Toastmasters Club. The leadership was actually mentoring that club, and it was delivered at the very day that my mentoring period of that club was to be completed. So actually, I had a face to go before the club and claim credit for the mentoring, because the club is not only surviving but thriving, less because of me and more because of the amazing members that club has. But nevertheless, as mentor, I do get the credit, if only on paper. And then I think one of the most interesting speeches I have done, it was a keynote because it was level 5 and I was required to deliver an 18 to 22-minute keynote. I delivered it at Storytellers Toastmasters Club, and it was all about rejection of snobbery. So, in terms of our life choices, in terms of what we watch, what we read, what we eat, where we travel, where we go to school, or what institution do we choose for our children, in all these respects, we are just chasing snobs. Snobs who are telling us what is cool and what is not. And we spend our lives obsessing to reach their level. And then when we have reached their level, we realize that they've moved on to something else, because they are not there to actually entertain themselves. Their entertainment is snobbery. And their entertainment is actually that they can assert their superiority on the others. So, too late in life, some of us realize that we all have that one friend who rejects all our life choices. We all have that one colleague who scoffs upon everything that we do or say or read. So, my point was, life is too short and there's no time to ride a high horse. So, that was the story of my pathway. And I found it very rewarding, to be honest. Without realizing, I found myself working with a lot of people to complete this pathway. And most of the time, the experience turned out to be very rewarding. And the pathway itself was rewarding also. And now it is time to disclose my true identity, because this is not who I am. Millions of years ago, a consciousness descended upon this planet. Initially, it took the guise of the beings that were roaming around there, and those were dinosaurs. But then I couldn't survive because there's so little to eat. I had to start eating the other dinosaurs. And one day they all went extinct. And then I had to take the disguise of this species that I see all around me. You guys, humans. So I think it's time to reveal my true face to the world now. And hold on to your horses. And if you're sitting down, if you're standing, sit down. And if you're sitting down, lie down. And if you're lying down, close your eyes. Because I have been hiding this for so long, I can hide this no longer. And now you'll get to see my true identity. I hope you're not shocked. And With this, I will thank you all and thank you for your patience. Thank you for putting up with me. Who knows how many billions of years I am here, but trust me, I will enjoy each and every minute of it. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, strange being. Your your time was 12 minutes and 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 round about 16 seconds. I was also timing you. So next, our next speaker is our next speaker is Toastmaster is Toastmaster Wajahat and just and just before inviting him, I would like to do I do I would like to do this. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vajahat. Happy birthday to you.
So so after that we I would I would I would like to invite your evaluator, Toastmaster Saman Vase. So please explain the objectives of the speech.
Good evening, everyone. We are here today on a very special day, and I'm honored to introduce Toastmaster Wajahat, who is presenting his very first project, the Icebreaker Project, where he would tell us a little bit of something about himself. So over to you, Toastmaster Wajahat, and best of luck from all of the world.
Yeah, am I audible to you and visible to you properly?
Absolutely, you are.
Sorry, I have to be on the ground floor just because of there is no internet connectivity on the top floor. So that is why there is a interception of some kind of dog noise and all this stuff from the backyard. Sorry about that.
All good. All good.
First of all, okay, let's start. Should I start now?
Yes, please.
Hi, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Thank you very much for providing me the opportunity to speak about myself. First of all, I would like to say that today is not my birthday because I just wanted to follow the themes which was selected by the president of Toastmasters. And just because I'm a new guy in the club, so I didn't have any idea that how to just adopt the theme and just try to be as like a part of the Toastmaster club. So just I saw a birthday hat on the table before some days ago. I had my daughter had a birthday, so that's why I just found it and just wear that and just try to be in the club. Whatever I can do, I will try my level best. Okay, no problem. I just want to kill some time. So let's start the actual scenario, what we are willing to discuss over here. My name is Sayyid Wajahat. Let's come on the complete name. My name is Sayyid Wajahat. I am 35 years old. I have done MBA in marketing, and let's discuss about my whole life, my whole scenario, which is full of comedy and full of tragedies and full of lots of things happened in my life. But if I just want to put all the things in that cup of the conversation, what I'm doing right now, it would be, so I will be in the 5th level of or 6th level of Toastmaster, because it will take a lot of time. So I think I need to just explain myself for 6 minutes to 4 minutes. So let's start something. I have done my study in textile, and then I just went to initiate my job in the textile sector. So in the course of study, in the whatever, when I was in the course of study, my parents were just pampering me a lot because I was the lonely son, and they have got very much expectation from my side. They wanted to give me the confidence, they wanted to give me the motivation, they wanted to give me feel like that I have got many things and I can achieve many things in life, and I can utilize many resources to just enhance my skills and studious thoughts, whatever we can say that. So they pampered me a lot, but when I joined textile, the textile is a disaster. Textile, when I just joined that, there was a huge laborious work was waiting for me, and you know that it was very unexpected thing happened. So that's why I could not be able to survive in that, because you know my expenses was at that time about approximately 15,000. This is the matter of 2008 or 2010. My expenses was approximately 15,000 to 20,000, but my salary, whatever I was earning at that time by doing the work of 12 hours a day or the 15 hours a day, I was earning 5,000 a week, a month. And after that, the deduction of the taxation, I got only 4,500. So that was really disastrous for me, and that was very laborious for a lot of politicized scenario over there. So just I left that, and that was very boring part of my life. So let's come on the glooming part, or not glooming. Let's come on the glooming, and let's come on the shining part of my life, that I joined call center industry. First of all, I was working at the showroom, and then I joined call center industry for approximately in 2008. I had to sell car on the phone. The customer is getting Japanese number in Tanzania, and customer is going to pay from Tanzania to Japan, and car is going to ship from Japan to Tanzania directly through the ship. And then I need to recover the money from Tanzania bank to Japan bank, and the salary will come from Japan bank to me in Pakistan. So that is very simple scenario I was following when I was started my work. I really want to do something in my life. I tried my level best to, like they told me to make 3 hours call, I made 4 hours call. They told me to attempt 120 customers a day. I attempted approximately 220 customers in a day. I worked double. I just negotiated with the peon and office boy of the office and just pushed them to just be in the office. Like I wanted to explain really, like I wanted to explain my life really in a broad manner, but just now we have got the limitation of time. But I am very happy that today I am going to get a very good opportunity to speak in front of the very intellectual people. Really, I am saying from the bottom of my heart, this is not my words, this is not the written speech. You people are very good, you people are very intellectual, and I am so glad that I am going to be a part of this intellectual gathering. Thank you so much. Over to you, Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Much appreciated, Toastmaster Wajahat, and a belated happy a birthday to your daughter. So
Thank you.
So now that now that all of our all of our minions have have done speaking. I would now like to ask Mr. Timer who qualified and who didn't. Please, Mr. Timer.
Everybody qualified, despite your suspicions and everything, and despite you not trusting me with my own timing, it was proven that everybody qualified. So yes, everybody qualified.
Had to do that. so so please cast the vote for the best minion of all, and please cast your vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. Okay, 2 more votes to go. 1 more vote to go. I'm I'm about to end the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for voting. So now let's move on to the next amazing segment, which is by our poet and an amazing poet, William Shakespeare, all the way from England. So William Shakespeare, Toastmaster Rusa, it's all over to you.
Thank you so much. Now, as you know, we will be conducting this session impromptu. And according to your characters, I have designed a few table topics, a few topics. And let's see whose mind I can control effectively. So, the first person I'd like to call is Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty, are you there? Can we speak to you?
Yeah, kitty.
Meow. Meow. Oh, yes. So, can we know how old you are? How old are you? And the word of the day is disguise.
I'm just a month old, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. So let me tell you how I was born. My mother was used to live in a heap of pile of garbage, and there came my father, and I was born in a heap of a garbage. But what happened? This gentleman came, and one fine day I got a family, and the gentleman took me to his home. And this 1 month old kitty is now living very happily with my new owner. And now I have many friends here. I have friends who can I can call a John. He's the son of my owner. And Jane. Jane is the daughter of my owner. So they are taking care of me. Meow. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Kitty. You told me a lot about your life. Now let's head over to Abdul Wahab Khan. Abdul Wahab, what role are you playing today? Are you there?
V for Vendetta is the role I'm playing today.
A little more on your role, please.
Well, I belong to a very special organization that's changing the world, making it a better place. We are a secret organization.
All right. So I would like to know, what is your greatest fear? The word of the day is disguise. Over to you.
In disguise lies an important message, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you guys back to 2015. It was a normal day like every other monotonous day. At night, doing my toothbrush, something happened. Something happened in my chest. I started to feel a pain in my chest, and that day they rushed me to a hospital quickly. And as soon as they put me on the stage, they quickly added me on a machine that does an MRI or something. And that day the doctor came and he was screaming at me, open your eyes, open your eyes, open your eyes. And that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I felt the greatest fear of my life. And that was dying with no purpose at all. From that day onwards, life changed. When fate showed me a light from this experience, I came to know that purpose is very important. And finding my purpose has really helped me, and it is helping me to overcome the biggest fear I have, that is a life without purpose. And I must say that this is the greatest fear many of us have in disguise. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdul Wahab. Now, Toastmaster Vidya, I'd like to pose a question. Do you think, are you there? Toastmaster Vidya.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So, do you think crying is a sign of weakness? Do you think crying is a sign of weakness? The word of the day is disguise.
Thank you, table topic master, for this question. Crying. If you see that the children will be crying, even the adults also. Crying is not a weakness. That is what I feel. If you see emotion is the one which passes through. That is why the name is given like that. When for a healthy person, when he has to cry, it's always better than to control all your anger, frustration, sadness. If you keep controlling everything, one day it will burst out, and it will affect your body, and it will affect your mental health. Why do we need to have that? Even if you are a girl, or even if you are a boy, gender doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you are a human being. Being a human, it's your right, it's your privilege to express your emotions. Let it pass through. Let it go. Don't keep it as a burden in your mind, in your body. This is the beautiful life which you have got. Why you need to carry all the burden throughout the life and give a headache throughout your life? So be happy, be chill. Don't disguise yourself as you are a perfect person, just like a Superman. We are not perfect. We have to be real. We have to be the best version of ourselves. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vidya, for a lovely message. And there I see the alchemist hiding behind a mask. Tell us, alchemist,
I
do
am
you
the
believe
alchemist.
do you believe in dreams? The
I
word of the
believe
day
in.
the word of the day is disguise. Over to you.
I am the alchemist of the desert, and I am always in disguise. I am always near you. I'm always everyone who is searching for his personal legend. I help you to find your personal legend in disguise. And what is your personal legend? You all know. It is in your heart, and your heart can lead to the personal legend. An alchemist turns the lead into gold. That is his personal legend. And you can turn whatever in gold, what you'll learn, what you can do, that you know. So I am the alchemist of the desert. And that desert spoke to me every day. And desert can speak to you every day also. So if you want to see me, check your heart. You will find me there. And I will answer you. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have Muhammad Azhar. Are you a Toastmaster?
90% there.
Yes, he is. He is a Toastmaster.
All right. So, are you there? Toastmaster Azhar. All right, maybe he's not there. So, Homie Mummy, can you unmute yourself?
Sure.
So I believe you're playing a mom.
Yeah.
All right. So close your eyes. What do you see? The word of the day is disguise.
Peace. But when I open my eyes, I see a lot of crap around me. I have been jungled around. My hands are in a folded. I cannot move myself freely. I have disguised myself in a court where everyone feels that I am perfect, where I do things what I like. I'm doing it with all my heart and soul. I love taking care of my babies around with the youngest one, my husband. Well, that's not. I need my own time. I have I have not and I don't have enough courage to tell you guys. Being mommy, being a homemaker, it's not easy. We disguise ourselves all the time to make you happy, to make you feel comfortable at home. But where we feel comfortable, we don't have that place. Can't you disguise yourself for us? Please, have some patience. Show some strength. You need to be heard. We don't like this thing. We want our eyes to be closed, to feel peace around. But the same way, we want our eyes to be open and to feel things so lovely around us. We need a hug, a warm one. All we need is from you to be heard. Nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mom. And lastly, the guest Sadia, would you like to have a go? Are you there?
Yes. Can you hear
All
me?
right. Yes, I can hear you. So, what has life taught you recently? What has life taught you recently? The word of the day is disguise.
Life has taught me to be responsible for myself. Nobody is going to take care of you. You have to take care of yourself. And you get those things which you ask for. That's like another lesson which I have learned recently. And there are so many opportunities around. You just have to look for them. So these are the lessons that I have recently learned. That's it.
All right. Lovely lessons. We'll have one more. Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So what are you playing today?
Today I am playing with Frisbee, and that is an awesome game because with Frisbee you can play with a lot of guys. This game leads you to have fun with your elder ones and with your older ones. So Frisbee is a game where you can play a plastic plate and want to throw on the lower leg side of some other guys and they fall out of the game. So this seems interesting but unpurposeful. But to be honest, I don't know any game which is purposeful, which can lead me to an extra version or updated version of my life. So playing game is a awesome activity, but I think uh, investing your time in making yourself a better version of yourself is a good idea. So I am playing, but not enjoying. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sheikh Naveed. With that, I come to the conclusion that I cannot control any one of you. It's very difficult. You have very, very strong opinions. And with that, I'd like to give it back to the Undertaker.
Well, thank you very much, William Shakespeare. Mr. Timer, have all the speakers qualified?
Will you believe me if I tell you? Yes.
Very much so.
except for guest Sadia, every speaker has qualified.
So Toastmaster Rusa, guest Sadia.
What was the time?
It was 34 seconds.
That is a disqualification.
Okay, so fellow minions, you will be allowed to vote in 3, 2, 1. Please vote. At the 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 names of the speakers are a bit changed. So please vote wisely. So I'm about to end the poll in just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right then. Thank you for voting, and with that, I would like to call upon a guy who I've beaten over and over again, tombstoned him, chokeslammed him, everything. So if you smell what The Rock is cooking for the general evaluation session, over to you, The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day, TM Saad. This is my favorite character, The Rock. Until I've done the evaluation of WWE and I came to know that all is fake. So now coming back to the business. So I will be conducting a very important segment of this amazing meeting, which is of evaluations. This segment divides into three parts. First, I will call upon prepared speaker evaluator. Uh, then I will call role holders to share their reports, and then I will evaluate the meeting in general. Prepared speakers evaluator will be having 2 to 3 minutes to evaluate their speeches, and timer will time each evaluation. So let me call upon the first evaluator will be TM Amir Bilal for evaluating TM Latif Mansoor Ali.
Hello, everybody, and hello, GM Latif Mansoor. And luckily, you were not disguised when you delivered your speech. Else, I would have even left office or gone somewhere. But somebody else would have been evaluating you. And thanks for like not having that disguising look. So it's been good to be part of this meeting, and I'm lucky enough to evaluate you. Team Latif Mansoor Ali delivered a project from his level 3, and it was elective. And the title of his speech was "I Live 2020." So what a beautiful journey this really has been. And one of the most amazing things in your journey was uh, you set a few goals, like 4 goals you talked about, and you were able to achieve one. And trust me on this, if you achieved one, you have achieved almost everything. Like if I happen to plan New Year resolutions, and those are like 2 to 3, I even do not go for opting of for one of those. So congratulations for that. Your speech was really good. It has a great start, great beginning, and the end was so powerful as well. But since one thing that you could work upon, and I'm myself working on as well, so we can mutually work together on this. That is vocal variety. So that in particular means how we bring people to be more involved in our speech, like the way we change our voice, the way we like differentiate in our delivery. Like somewhere we speak a little slow, where the sentences like can be spoken slow, so, so those sentences can be understood phrases. And when we have to speed up, we can speed up. So it's not particularly about the frequency or fluency we speak. It's about the voice we use. So that voice has a magic. Trust me on this. Like when we deliver a project, and when we like change the volume, you must have seen the lyrics of music. When the music is being played, you can see the lyrics going upward, downward. So this is how a planned speech can attract the audience. This is how a speech can be heard, understood, and taken. So your speech was amazing. It was great, but still, I felt that it could have been rehearsed well for a particular project that we have been offered to do so. And congratulations for delivering a successful project. And I would request you to keep like surprising us with everything that you do. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, TM Amir, for your thoughtful evaluations. Now I will like to call upon DTM Talha bin Hamid to evaluate TM Saad Shoaib. DTM Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, Journal Evaluator. And let me just turn on the timing. Okay. Evaluation and feedback. Initially, I said that it was one of the most liberating projects in Pathways and perhaps one of the easiest. But you know what? The biggest drawback with this project is that when you aren't given a topic or a parameter to talk around, sometimes it is possible to come up with a speech that is perfectly adequate, but nothing more. It doesn't do anything for you. Fortunately, this project was attended by Toastmaster Saad, and Toastmaster Saad does not settle for anything less. And I thoroughly appreciate the effort that you put into this project. Not everybody works this hard on their speeches, certainly not me. And it was showing. It was showing. The way you started, the way you planned every cadence, every movement, the way you planned your gestures, the way you built up the theme around your favorite topic of wrestling and wrestlers, uh, it was mind boggling. It was also very nostalgic, and you just push the right buttons for everyone, because there used to be a time when there used to be only one or two channels, and we all used to watch wrestling in our childhood, or perhaps made to watch wrestling by that one fanatic in the house who used to love wrestling, while the rest of us loathed it, but nevertheless, we had no option but to watch it. So you took us back to those years, and then you made a parallel of that with your life, and it was like again beautiful. uh, some of the sentences I really liked. For example, in the initial stages you acknowledged that yes, it was all a farce, it was all play acting, but then you just uh, said a very profound sentence that artists need to be acknowledged. And yes, why not? They are, if they are actors, so what? They are actors, they are there for entertainment. So what's wrong with that? Every footballer, every tennis player, every racing driver, they're there for your entertainment too. By exercising their particular discipline, they are not actually achieving anything intellectual for the world. The only thing they are achieving is entertainment. So, again, thank you for positing that thought, because that thought is very important in these times where we are so free to judge people based on what they do or not do for a living. Um, some improvement areas: you felt very reluctant to move. I felt you did not move around too much, and your vocal variety was a little missing. Talking about the elephant in the room, not me, the impediment that you occasionally have, you did not, you exhibited no signs of it today, or very little signs, and you were perfectly assured. Overall, an amazing speech, just could use a little more movement and a little more vocal variety. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DDM Tala. As always, it was amazing evaluations from you. Now, I would like to call upon TM Hiba for evaluating TM Amir Bilal prepared speech. TM Hiba raise.
TM Amir, is my voice audible? Okay. TM Amir,
Yes.
okay. You have an interesting speech title, which which caught my attention the moment I saw the agenda at the first time. And I thought when you narrated the story, your practical story, I thought that it was when you narrated your practical story, it was something very, very in depth and very something we could all connect to, something which we could all relate to, people who are working especially. And I thought that your story, the story that you told us, showed us a great deal of hard work, dedication, passion that you have put in your practical life, and the progression that you've had. Okay, now moving on. The strengths that I found in your speech were that I thought you had good clarity in your speech, and I thought that you spoke with confidence, and I could easily understand what you were saying. You had good eye contact during the time you spoke, and I constantly found you looking at the camera, and there was no sign of, any, you were not constant, you were just constantly looking at the camera, and there was no faltering or here or there looking. And then I thought that you had good gestures, which you used to express yourself during the time you spoke. And I also thought that you demonstrated good audience awareness needs, and the audience were aware of what you were talking about. You were quite comfortable, and I thought that I couldn't detect no signs of hesitation, nervousness, or any sort of, faltering in your speech. And I also thought that you constructed your speech quite well and were able to engage the audience with it. And the audience were listening to your speech with rapt attention. However, like all speeches, there were some areas of improvement which I found. Firstly, I thought that you lacked a bit of vocal variety, which you should have incorporated in your speech. And I also thought that you could have covered your speaking area a bit more in order to be a bit more flexible. And I also thought that you could have bought more facial, since it was your personal story, you could have bought more facial expressions in your speech in order to connect to the audience well. Overall, it was a well-written speech and a well-rehearsed speech. And with the areas of improvement highlighted, you certainly will become a better speaker in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Hibba, for your detailed evaluations. Now I would like to call upon Hello Kitty GQ for evaluating TM Ali Ashar Anjum. Mr. Bean.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I'll be evaluating Toastmaster Ali Ashar, who is playing Mr. Bean today. So Toastmaster Ali Ashar was presenting a project from level 5 of dynamic leadership, lead in any situation. So if I talk about first about the content, so let me tell you, Ali, that your content was superb. You grabbed the attention right from the beginning, and the way you explained how the leaders are able to give hope to the team, to the people whom they are leading. So you gave an example of a batch of 30 students in your class, of which I supposed, although they were your students and your peers, but you became a leader because of your personality, because of your leadership style, the way you have explained in your speech as to what leadership style you obtain, what the leadership style you follow. So you explain this entire experience and incident pretty well to explain as to in which situation you were leading. So hats off to you on the content side. However, as always, there are areas of improvement. So let me tell you, the content was perfect. However, I couldn't see a leader in Ali Ashar while giving the speech. The body language and the content did not match. The body language should have been like a leader. You should have shown some firmness. You were standing at one corner of the room without any major body movements, without any different vocal varieties. Your language, your vocal variety, your voice modulation was just as a flat right from the beginning till the end. So this could have been managed and would have been a kind of a firm voice modulation, or what I can call it as a firmness in your speech should have been shown as to how the leaders do. So that could have added to something to that. However, facial expressions were pretty okay, pretty decent, and it did match your speech. So overall, I would rate this speech pretty good. Wish you good luck with your future projects. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Ghulam Qadri, for your amazing evaluations. Now, I would like to call someone who is amazing and always she delivers excellent speeches, TM Shamam Khan, for evaluating DTM Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you, Toastmaster General Evaluator, and thank you for such a nice introduction. DTM Talha delivered with the masquerade of normalcy and adapted his presentation style that was informative about the while reflecting on his path. He gave us an overview of how and what projects and speeches he took up, which I'm sure can be a very useful information for from whoever wants to take up that path now or any path. So that was very clear and a very good reflection, a useful information. DTM Talha also tried to induce humor here and there, like when he said that when he was delivering at some other clubs and none of us were there, so it was good for him. It made me laugh actually. Okay, fine. It maintained a lighter tone to the speech as well. DTM Talha also touched upon an emotional aspect when he mentioned the mentoring and few mentors from Toastmasters Club who always play a pertinent role in the growth as a Toastmaster. So that was also a very good thing. Then he brought in humor when he asked everyone to go to the KTC website or at YouTube and like and subscribe. I could see the past president there and VP now encouraging people to go like and subscribe and get into the mentorship, Toastmasters membership and all that. So that was useful as well and very entertaining. Content wise, it was a good reflection on the emotional and human aspects of it. Um, we can consider it as your human growth. Um, at the same time, I see that Toastmaster is about two things: speaking skills and leadership skills. So what I found is could be a bit more entertaining. While you mentioned that it is rewarding when you learn the team collaboration and interaction with people and networking. At the same time, some of the speaking skills that you could talk to us about, that through the processes, through all those projects, what speaking skills could you or presentation skills could you, you know, uh, would you like to share with us? Um, Having said that, PowerPoint slides are always distractions. It gives you support, but it takes you away from the audience. And same happened with you here. So I was trying to see, are you connecting with me or with any of the audience? So you were completely into the slides and the content on it, even though there was bullets and you were saying things, telling us, the narrating your own experiences, not reading it, but it was there. So overall, I think you excelled at inducing human and emotional aspects. You may challenge or may want to work on engaging audience with more of physical interaction, with more gestures, with more questions and fun around. Overall, I congratulate you for finishing up yet another path and taking up another one. I hope so. So over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Shamam, for such an insightful evaluation. Now, I would like to call upon TM Saman, for evaluating TM Wajahat. Over to you, TM Saman.
Okay, Team Wajahat, first of all, congratulations. You and I are almost in the same boat. I also started just a few weeks back, and congratulations for displaying no butterflies and being really confident. And there were a lot of positives in the speech. I could see the flow. A very special effort was made towards the opening of the speech as well. And one thing that you tried to do throughout the thing was eye contact, maintaining eye contact despite having cameras and everything. The Zoom setup is there. Despite that, you were trying to maintain eye contact, which is good. But the thing that I noticed was a little bit of an inhibitor for you during that was the location of the camera. So perhaps next time you can put the phone up or the camera up a bit so that you can face the audience at the right level. right? Because you had to lean in order to express your point of views, and maybe that was distracting you a bit. Secondly, I feel your gestures, you were making an effort for a first time speech. I think the hand movements and everything, it was quite good. But of course, as I received the feedback, similar feedback I'll give to you. You have potential to, build upon the gestures and everything. And as far as the content of the speech was concerned, excellent job. And I cannot take off the 4,500 rupees till now. But obviously, inshallah, next time you will have more topics, and we will get to hear more interesting anecdotes from your life, your corporate life, etc. And vocal clarity was there, which is really good. And the confidence level was there. You were comfortable with the audience. That is something very important. It was your first speech ever, and you were so comfortable talking to all of us. So I find all these things really good, and looking forward to the next speech. Excellent job overall.
Thank you, TM Saman. Uh, I think now we have end the prepared speakers evaluation, and I will ask the timer to share the report for evaluators.
Yes, all the evaluators have qualified.
Oh, thank you. Now, next thing is to evaluate the table topic speeches. For that, I would like to call upon DTM Shahrukh Shanawaz, who is always amazing, and he's the only lawyer I know at KTC. I think so. Thank you, DTM Shanawaz. Over to you.
Thank you, The Rock. I hope I am audible. Am I audible? Thank you, The
Yes.
Rock, for the opportunity for me to evaluate the table topics. Well, about the theme of today's meeting, I know general evaluator is supposed to make comments, but I must say the theme is very interesting. The first thing that came to my mind was raw talent of our members. Amazing. And then the second thing that came into my mind was that it should have been more appropriate if we would have done it during the Halloween. But then again, something else came to my mind that what is the meaning of life? What are we portraying, or are we wearing a mask? Or today, what we are playing is some part of us that we are trying to express today in the meeting. So much going on into my head, and I was so much distracted. But anyway, let us start with today's meeting. So our first speaker was Hello Kitty, Ghulam Kader. The topic given to him was, how old are you? So he is a great speaker, and I am still puzzled why he chose Hello Kitty. There could have been so many things I could have imagined him. So regarding his speech, his body language was impressive, hand gestures were there, but salutations were missing. But his voice modulation is there, his eye contact is great, but his speech abruptly ended. So there could have been a proper conclusion into his speech. The speech took off very well, but unfortunately it ended abruptly. But he's a great speaker, and I love his voice. Our second speaker was Abdul Wahab, and he became my favorite character, V for Vendetta. And then suddenly he became a secret society, which is, I don't think so, in line with the character. But again, very interesting, and started making me think about his character a lot. So the topic given to him was your greatest fear. Unfortunately, there was no video, so I cannot comment about his body language or eye contact, and salutations were also missing. But his voice modulation was great, and his voice was very expressive. We could actually feel all the emotions. The content of his speech was amazing. Opening, body, conclusion, everything was there, and the best line in his speech was "Life without purpose." Our next speaker was Vidya, and the topic given to her was crying is a sign of weakness. Is crying a sign of a weakness? So again, unfortunately, her video was off, so I cannot comment about the body language and eye contact. Salutations were there. Her voice, again, she has great voice, uh, great voice modulation, very expressive, great frequency. Opening, body, and conclusion, everything was there. The best lines in her speech was gender does not matter. Amazing line, I must say. And why carry all the burden? This is some really deep line. Today's meetings was very deep, very heavy, at least for me. Our next speaker was alchemist, and topic given to him was, do you believe in dreams? So there was a video, but I still could not see facial expressions. So this is very interesting. I could not have been more perplexed in my entire life as a table topics evaluator. But again, this is an interesting take on the character, and I am really impressed. Salutations were missing, and voice could be improved, but eye contact was there, which is very difficult, as we are seeing that nowadays we are conducting online meetings. So we, instead of seeing the screen, we should try to see the camera. But again, as you can all see that I'm constantly seeing the screen and your faces instead of the camera. So this is difficult, but he has a talent of making a great eye contact, great content, opening, body, conclusion, everything was there. And the best line from his speech was, check your heart, you will find me there. Very mysterious, I must say. Our next speaker was Homie Mommy. You are a great speaker, I must say. You are very talented. Your great body language. It is a very rare talent that when we are sitting and demonstrating a great body language, because usually we have to stand up, and Toastmaster Tala is always bantering us that please stand up while delivering a speech. But you have proved, at least, I would not say that you have proved him wrong, but you have definitely given him and me a new perspective on using body language. Great voice modulation and great eye contact. Salutations were missing. Opening, body, and conclusion, uh, everything was there. You should avoid saying crap. So family friendly channel Toastmasters Karachi, and again a great content. Our next speaker was our guest Sadia, and topic given to her was life lessons. Again, there was no video, so could not make much content. So could not make much comment about her body language and eye contact. But she has a great voice and a great content, and I hope to see and I hope to see more of her in the future. Our last speaker was Sheikh Naveed. He was asked to speak about games. Salutations were missing, and again, the camera was off, so I could not see his body language or eye contact. But his voice is very clear. His voice is very loud, and he was very good in expressing himself. But voice modulation could be more improved. Great content and a great relationship between game and purpose. I would again like to encroach the territory of general evaluator and make some special comments about table topic master Urusa. You have really shocked me when the meeting started and during your performance as table topic master. I must say I was really shocked and I could not expect any this kind of performance from you. So amazing! I was shocked. I was amazed. Today I learned a lot. I was 50-50 and about attending today's meeting, but I am really grateful that I decided to attend today's meeting. And with this, I would like to hand over the lectern to The Rock.
Thank you, DTM Shahrukh Sharma, for such a amazing evaluations. Now I would like to call upon the vote counter to float the vote for speech evaluators.
Well, well, have all the all the all the evaluators qualified?
Yes,
Yes,
all
that
the
I've,
evaluators qualified.
I've
But
already asked
remember
that.
that for table topics evaluator, we group them with big four and not the evaluators. So
Okay, so I'll
So vote counter, please float the vote so that everyone can vote.
absolutely.
In the
Three,
meantime, I
two,
would
one, go.
okay.
Please vote.
So as everyone is voting, I would like to call upon the roll holders to share their reports. In the meantime, we will be having the votes. So I would like to call TM Shamam Khan for the word master report, the word of the day.
Okay, thank you,
Disguise.
General Evaluator. The word of the day was disguise, and it was used by Toastmaster Saad, Toastmaster Amir, Toastmaster Ali Ashar, Toastmaster Rusa, Toastmaster Mariam, Homie Mommy Mariam, right? So, and I think I must have missed because the way I was trying to push around disguise. I was hoping that more and more it will be used, but it's good. I mean, it was used here and there. Some Toastmasters used it more than twice, so that was great. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Shamam. Now I would like to call unknown shadow TM Latif for our counter report.
Thank you, The Rock, the general evaluator. When I was noticing the and ums and the extra filler words, I thought Toastmaster International should add the dog barking also, maybe. Anyhow, as of what I have heard, except few in the prepared speech were there. For example, Amr Bilal had some, and Ali Ashar did some. In evaluation, everybody was using some filler words and the R's. Rest all, of course, table topic, we know this has to be on-spot thinking, so we'll just excuse them. Overall, it was a very prepared, lovely session. Enjoyed each and every session of the speakers, the mask they all were wearing, and they have performed. So congratulations for having such a nice theme, and I loved it. Over to you, The Rock.
Thank you. Now I would like to call listener TM Gulam Kadir Kitty.
Okay, Ji, let's start with the first sentence. And now all the Toastmasters have to guess who spoke this. Purpose is very important. Who spoke
Toastmaster
this?
Abdul Wahab.
Yes, Mr. Bean, you're right. Okay. I will shine. I will shine. It was unknown shadow. Toastmaster Latif. All right. Leader is hope.
Ali Ashar.
Yes. Only extroverts need to be celebrated.
Talha bin Hamid.
Yes.
My enemy.
Dude, you have got a lot of problems. Dude, you have got a lot of problems.
Toastmaster Heba.
Yes, you're right. Okay. Marching into March.
Toastmaster Latif.
Yes. Unknown shadow. And the last one. I forgot to call the next speaker.
Toastmaster Urusa.
DTM Tala. DTM Tala.
Yes, DTM Tala.
Ah.
Okay, Ji. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Gulam Kadir. Now I would like to call TM Shamam Khan for her report as a grammarian.
Thank you, General Evaluator. The grammar was so perfect today. Like I was looking for wrong pronouns, mispronounced words, and everything here and there. There was nothing at all, except that I feel that some of the sentences could be improved. Like, for example, if we say media, all the media is already plural, so you don't need to say all the media, only media could be better, could be working well. Then there was this one incorrect verb tense used as had to sail the car. It's like had to sell the car. And then there was something like I was started my work, so I had started my work. This was little things. At couple of places, it's just for our own improvement. I noticed in one of the speeches there were drop endings. The sentences were not completed and then mixed up with the other sentences. Like, for example, a speaker was talking about something about parent and then switched to something else. I can't recall the exact sentence, I missed it, but it's just for our learnings. When we are trying to speak, we need to form the whole sentences and try to deliver it accordingly. Overall, grammar is so perfect for all the Toastmasters. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Shamam. Uh, I believe that all the facilitators have given the report. So now I will move on to the general evaluation. So meeting was started on time, a little bit late, I guess 7 minutes, 6:52. And President aka William Shakespeare was looking amazing today, and she gave her opening remarks in creative way. Then we had Undertaker entry by TM Saraswat. Now let me tell you that I was holding phone in my hand, and I just like this, that what is this Undertaker music, from where it is coming. So now it was a great theme. Hats off to you, TM Saraswat. All evaluators have evaluated their respective speeches very well, amazing, using the sandwich approach that we use in the Toastmasters. And all the road holders also did that job amazingly. Uh, One thing I want to tell you that in KTC especially, the one thing that has hold me to be a member, still to be a member, it's evaluations. They give so amazing evaluations, and in a very approach they use, like they give amazing feedback, then they give areas of improvement, and it's a sandwich technique. So hats off to all you guys, and and thanks to God that I have attended this meeting today. The theme was excellent, and again, TM Sarchweb, I would like to thank you for this amazing theme. Remember one thing, that The Rock has also elbow many times Undertaker, and he's the people champ. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, TM Sarchweb.
Thank you very much, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. We can continue continue this this debate afterwards. Who is better? So 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 my role is about to end, ladies and gentlemen, and after and and I'm before I end my role, I would I would like to to ask you for the words of the big four, myself as the Toastmaster of the day, the 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 table topic master, Toastmaster Urusa, the general evaluator Toastmaster Imran Raza, and the table topic evaluator Toastmaster DTM, apologies, DTM Sharo Shanawaz. So please vote a vote best for the best Big Four. The votes are about to be up right now. So 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 with that, over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saad. And I think the meeting was lovely today. We all dressed up. We had different perceptions of our of the theme, and we expressed differently in different ways. So before we announce the results today, I'd like to take, since we have guests, I'd like to take their comments. Guest Sadia, would you like to share comments about the meeting?
Yes, it was too much for me, very overwhelming. I'm myself a very introvert person, and I find it very hard to talk. So, yeah, it was a good learning experience, but I had to learn a lot. Let's see how it goes. Thank you.
Well, do keep coming back, and we'll be happy
I'll
to
try.
host you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Vidya, your comments.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful being a part of this Toastmaster because I felt the vibes and especially how you coordinated how you coordinated within each member. It was really amazing, and I'm very glad again to be a part of this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, Toastmaster Vidya. And we have from Lahore Toastmasters Club, the president of the club, Toastmaster Abdul Wahab. Your comments.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Urusa. It was really an extremely innovative idea. And once I saw the flyer, I was like, what is happening? And I joined the meeting, and really, it was something was happening. And today we have some guests. I must say that become a member as soon as possible. Don't waste time. People have excuses. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have money. Believe me, become a Toastmaster and you will have the abundance of both of those elements as well. Thank you so much and looking forward for such more interesting meetings as well.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Abdul Wahab, for those lovely words. Now, over to our undertaker again. Are the votes compiled?
Okay, okay, just a minute. We'll just start off with the best prepared speaker, and the best prepared speaker goes to the ordinary human being, DTM Tala bin Hamid. Our best table topic speaker goes to by a by a long way, Toastmaster Homie Mummy.
Oh,
Guest guest
second time.
Yes, Mariam. Yeah, second
Thank
time.
you.
Pleasure. So the best prepared speaker goes to, again by a long way, Toastmaster Shamam Khan. And finally, the biggest vote, the biggest of them all, not by a not by a long way, but 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 the amazing William Shakespeare, the table topic master, Toastmaster Rusa Kowal.
Thank you.
Over to you.
Thank you. And with that, I think we come to an end, and we are ending right on time, like 9:30. That's really great.
The
Yeah,
extra
yeah, I know.
award.
Yes, yes. So there are two more awards to go. We have the Critics Facilitator Award, And that goes to our grammarian, Toastmaster Shamam. And the Critics' Choice speech. As we all know, the Critics' Choice speech is calculated, let's just say calculated, on the international speech ballot. And guess who won it?
TM Latif.
DTM Talha won it. So
Oh.
yes, DTM Talha won it. So the by vote and by Critics' Choice, he is the this week's winner. So DTM Talha, we have a joint meeting. Would you like to announce something about that?
Yes, sure. First of all, thank you everyone for participating today. You all made it truly special, especially our guests from near and afar. Uh, and special thanks to Toastmaster Abdul Wahab Khan because he was inspired by the theme, but in turn, we were inspired by him, if I'm not wrong, uh, because he started the idea of themed meetings at his club. So thank you so much. We have a combined meeting with a very special club in Africa on December 13. And why that club is special? Because I have attended their meeting and they are seriously beautiful people. But more than that, it is also the home club of one of their video speech contest champions for this year, for last year. Uh, you might recall him from the session that we conducted on contests, DTM Oltesh. So they were very eager to conduct a combined meeting with us. They reached out to us, and when I told them more about our club, they grew more eager. And after several weeks of talks, we have settled on a date of December 13. Um, we will be floating. Keep an eye on the. It will be a Sunday. Keep an eye on the WhatsApp group. We will need to arrange two speakers, two evaluators. One of the speakers has been confirmed. The rest of the role players we will announce very soon, and we all want you to participate in that meeting because we won't be representing Karachi Toastmasters Club. We'll be representing Pakistan and our district. So it will be truly special. Let me tell you one more thing that they got really inspired when I told them about our club, about the awards that we've achieved, and I also shared that we once had a 2 day speakathon with 20 speeches. So uh, uh, the difference with them is that they are very humble people and they are very inspiring in their own way because in the middle of Africa, in Kenya to be precise, there are so many stories to be told, and I heard some of them when I participated in their meetings. So all of you, even if you don't have a role, please ensure that you participate in that meeting. It will be truly special. Over to you, Madam President.
Thank you so much, DTM. And Toastmaster Abdul Wahab, your club is also invited, has a special invitation. So, with that, I think it's a wrap, and let's meet next week with a new theme. And yes, Toastmasters had something I'm missing.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yes, yes, you just told me something. Yeah,
picture.
pictures. So, can we have all the videos open? Yeah. Can we have all the videos open and take a picture?
You want this face or the real face?
We can do anyone.
Okay. This one is okay.
You can't tell the difference. Is that what you mean?
Let's ask the
So
Undertaker what
that's
he wants.
the no, it's okay. This one is fine with me.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone.
Toastmaster, also
Okay.
for this picture, you could carry on with your getup,
No,
the
I'll have
masquerade
to.
thing. For the picture, at least. But it was wonderful.
You can.
Thank you.
Everyone who masqueraded.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Just
really
give me a
nice.
second.
Done.
Oh, okay, okay. The DTM Tala is coming back.
Yeah.
You need to take another one.
Oh, of course. The masquerade of normalcy is gone again.
Yeah.
Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1, smile. Done.
Thank you, everyone.
Right, so let's meet next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.